Welcome to Initiate Swarm Protocol. I am Doomsayer.
I'm Darthwing Amok.
What are we talking about in this video?
The Balrog Figure by Asmus Toys.
Let's start the show.
What is this new devilry?
A Balrog, a demon of the ancient world. His foe is beyond any of you. Over the bridge! Fly!
The Balrog, from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The Terror of Moria, shrunk down to figure size. Made by Asmus Toys, stands at 11 inches, with a wingspan of 17 inches. The wings are impressive looking. Stands on a base modeled after its domain Moria, and has articulation in the arms, hands, legs, tail, and head. Has a very solid weight to it, which may be a problem I'll talk about later. The face is very detailed and turns left to right. The skin has a reptilian scaled texture to it, with the cracks and roughness. The wings are massive. Like I said, I was not expecting that, and have an opaque look to them. The fire and whip are made of a somewhat translucent orange plastic, so the light, you can kind of see through the wings, kind of see through the fire. Light gets through there, and the backfire looks amazing. Now the problems. The base. It's nice looking, but feels kind of thin. The pillar in the back feels solid, so that was good. But the first time I got this, sticking his feet onto the pegs that hold him up, I thought I was going to snap this thing in half.
Have you ever taken notice that the pegs, you just feel like the slightest movement, it'll just snap them? Some of the statues I have at him, they feel cheap.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But this, I thought the whole base, because the pegs felt kind of bigger than the holes in his feet. Eventually, I got him in there, and they did loosen up over time. But the first time could have been a problem. His whip, putting the whip in his hand, that was a struggle. But once it's in there, it's not coming out.
No.
He's like he's making like a grip motion.
Yeah.
So when you stick the whip in, and the whip is kind of fatter at the end, so when it's in, it's not coming out. You know what I'm saying?
It's not going to pop out or anything like that?
Not on its own. You would have to rip that out of there. The hooks. See the hooks on his wings?
Yeah.
They kept falling out. So I just super glued them.
Wait a minute. You put them into like pegs too?
Yeah. they had a peg on them, and then the wings had holes. But they kept falling out just from sitting there. So I just glued it. The major problem, which I hinted at earlier, the weight. The weight, it has a good weight to it, which is normally good. You want that when you buy like statues, figures, toys. But here, it is a downfall, I'm thinking. After having it set up for a few weeks, I just happened to look at it, and it was leaning very hard to the right. Here, I think the weight of the body and the wings was turning the one leg. Because the torso and the wings, they're heavy. So I think, and the one leg just goes into the hip. So I think the weight of it was just turning the one leg and it was making it lean. But the legs kept popping off when I'm trying to fix this. So I just ended up getting him, putting him together, making sure he was straight as I could get him. And I just glued the legs to the hip and then stuck him on the pegs of the base, glued him. And like you commented, he does kind of have a lean.
Yeah.
But I think he does have a natural lean. How it's designed. But not the way this thing was leaning. Like the wing was almost touching the ground. That's how far.
I was just about to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But in conclusion, it's a really nice looking figure. Has some issues. Costs $110.
That's not too bad.
Not bad. Not bad. It's a figure, but it could be used as a statue.
Okay.
So I guess if you look at it like you're buying a statue instead of a figure.
I would look at it as a statue.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely. But if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings and can't afford the expensive Weta Workshop statues, this may be the way to go.
So Weta does put out a figure like this?
I'm pretty sure Weta has a statue of the Balrog.
Okay. And
which is probably kind of pricey. But like I said, this is from Asmus Toys.
Okay.
So definitely a price difference.
Oh, big
in there.
Time.
But I wanted to bring this up. You've seen Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring.
Many times.
When Gandalf is fighting the Balrog on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, if I'm saying that right. I don't want to offend any Tolkien fans. But when he's hanging off the edge, when Gandalf is hanging off the edge, what does he say to the Fellowship?
Oh, Jesus. You just played this for me. I can't remember what he says.
For years, I thought he was saying, "Run, you fools."
Yeah.
And then he falls.
Yeah.
Well, here, a while back, somebody on the internet says, yeah, he doesn't say run. He says, "Fly, you fools," which is in reference to the Eagles.
Oh.
He's saying,
okay.
And I was like, I've seen that movie back in the day. I've seen that movie 100 times.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? It's like, no, he says run. Well, here I watched it recently. Oh, he 100% says fly. And it's like, how did I miss this? And I can't be the only one because this guy on the internet said it too. Like, it was always like a weird Mandela effect.
Did you ever use your TV for like closed caption?
Rarely.
To figure out?
But I have, yes.
That was the only way, because you're really good with that. The style of music that we listen to, you know, there's grunts and growls and that kind of thing. You pick up stuff. It's like, how the hell do you know they said that? And then you look at the lyric sheet and I'm like, you got that dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
But for years it was like, run. But now all of a sudden it changed into fly. But I'm watching my old DVD version and it says fly. And he's blatantly saying fly. So did everybody interpret that as run? I don't know.
I figured it was run.
But an interesting thing I thought I'd bring up because it was the battle with the Balrog.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
okay.
Fly, you fools!
That does it for this video. I'm Doomsayer.
I'm Darth.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.